You remember when Rockstar used to put out a banger of a game every couple of years? Remember when they didn't just have two franchises? Remember Bully? Remember Midnight Club? Remember Manhunt? Oh man. You see, I bring these up because when I first sat down to play Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy Definitive Edition, I felt anything but complete or definitive. I felt unfulfilled. I felt depressed. I felt like the apocalypse was upon us because you see, first, these little 6, 7, and 8-year-old kids stole their parents' credit cards and started buying shark cards and whatever the hell the currency is in Red Dead Online, and that made Rockstar incredibly lazy. Incredibly lazy. They realized they didn't have to work nearly as hard. They only needed to put out a game a decade, and they could just milk it till the end of time. Little kids aren't going to know the difference. These fucking adult men with IQ lower than their shoe size aren't going to know the difference. But you see, even going back as recent as 2008, Rockstar released 2 standalone single-player expansions for Grand Theft Auto 4. Where are my single-player expansions for GTA 5? Where are my single-player expansions for Red Dead 2? Namely, where is my Red Dead 1 port, Rockstar? You see, instead of putting forward a little bit of effort, these dumb as dirt degenerates over there at Rockstar are content to try to sell you games that came out 20 years ago, games that will not have the original songs from the radio, games that look worse now than they did. All these touch-ups and improvements that everybody's raving about online, they completely ruined the artistic integrity of the original. They didn't preserve the game's visual identity. Tommy Vercetti looks like a fucking clown. All right? Carl Johnson is not how I remember him, all shiny and looking snazzy and 4K texture. Get the fuck out of here. Hashtag not my CJ. The environments look completely changed from the original. I hate the new lighting. They should have done... You see, Resident Evil 2 is how you remake a game. And if scumbag Capcom can remake a game competently, I see no reason why the behemoth of the industry, Rockstar Games, is re-releasing games with very minimal visual upgrades. These should have been full-on, from-the-ground remakes. You see, I could have almost forgiven Rockstar if this trilogy was the 3 games remade from the ground up a la Resident Evil 2, but it's not. And it was never going to be, because they don't need to do that. Their legion of brain-dead degenerates are going to line up to dump $60 for games that they played 20 years ago on PS2 and Xbox, that they played 15 years ago on PS3 and Xbox 360, that they played 10 years ago on their phones, and now they're going to pay for it twice. They're going to buy it again on Series X or PS5, and then they'll buy a second copy for the Switch, because, the portability, man. Well, first off, I hate to break it to all you nostalgic millennials, but your generation is by far the worst I've ever seen, in addition to that ridiculous entitlement you all possess, and in addition to your horrible taste, what with your avocado toast and your needless addiction to Starbucks, you guys remember games being significantly better than they are. These games will not hold up in 2021, not with the bare minimum improvements Rockstar has chosen to bless us with. Claude from Grand Theft Auto 3 is not even a voiced protagonist. I mean, imagine not having a voiced protagonist in 2021. Rockstar doesn't think it's an issue. Rockstar doesn't think it's an issue at all. Graphically, these games resemble NES games. They are complete travesties from start to finish. In addition, the mission design is outdated, woefully outdated. And what's sad is Rockstar hasn't evolved their mission structure at all. Anything from Grand Theft Auto 3 to Red Dead 2 follows the exact same mission structure. Initiate mission. Get a lengthy exposition dump about what's going on in the story as you walk, trot, or drive alongside another character, and then engage in some minor combat, rinse and repeat for anywhere between 10 to 50 hours. I mean, my God. And furthermore, these open worlds are not the open worlds of today. Today, we get hard-hitting, interactive, immersive open worlds like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, games that refuse to have repetitive missions. Every side quest has you doing something different. You really think that going back to 2002 with Vice City, those side quests are going to do anything to separate themselves? You really think that in San Andreas, the little turf war, the little fucking gang shootouts, you think that that shit's gonna hold up in 2021 when we have games like Saints Row 4? You really think that GTA, the definitive trilogy, is going to bring back your childhood and fill that gaping hole in your heart that you've just needed to play these games, retextured, reskinned, minimal effort, and you need to be $60 poorer to experience it? That's just going to make your life complete? Well, you Rockstar shills are ruining the gaming industry, and I swear to God, people are going to be praising this to hell and gone because Take-Two have the funds to pay off the fucking shills, but at the end of the day, folks, I'm telling you the truth. Is Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition worth your money? Hell no!